Hey,
No.
you are never happy with my introduction.
No, I wasn't, because I wasn't ready. That hey was good, but I wasn't ready. I had to primp myself.
Ladies and gentlemen, he has to be ready.
I had to primp myself.
You know what? One of these weeks, I'll get it right.
Right message, right intro, right buyer,
Wrong time. Wrong time.
All
right, are you ready now?
You got the wrong time.
Here we go. Let's do it again. So do I say hey again or? It's Friday!
She's alive.
I'm alive.
She came back.
The energy this week is different, okay?
Much better. That's much better.
We had a crazy travel week this week.
So insane.
I think you're on 5 hours of sleep. I might be on 6, like sub 6. Across the country.
Over a hill, through a mountain, and
over the river and through the woods to grandma's.
We're back.
Okay, we had a lot of road time this week together. And I had this idea. Well, we talk about this all the time. We talk about divorce the outcome, fall in love with the behaviors.
Yeah. My favorite saying.
It's amazing. I want you to talk deeper about it, though. How do we take action on that concept?
Yeah, so this is something that obviously is an ethos of mine that I live with. And I think it's really important that people understand that, especially in sales, that when I say divorce the outcome, it doesn't mean don't worry about getting the sale, but focus more on the behaviors that you're doing. Are you doing the right things to put yourself in position to get the sale, to increase the probability of getting the sale? Are you doing a great meet and greet? Are you doing a great model tour? Are you asking the right questions? Are you setting a next step? Like, those are all the behaviors. If you do the right behaviors, you'll have a higher probability of getting the outcome. I understand that. And there's a great book. There's a ton of books about this. Or one of the best books about this is a book by a famous football coach, Bill Walsh, says the score takes care of itself. And talks really about success is all about the behaviors. But what most people don't understand, and which we have never really dived into, unless you're in one of our live sessions and one of our kickoffs, we don't really spend a lot of time on this. And that is, it's not just the behavior, it's the emotion behind the behavior. It's the emotion behind the behavior. And this is hopefully something, if you're watching this video, I hope you can put this context in a sales process, but also just in life in general. And when I talk about the emotion behind the behavior, there's two types of emotion. There's many types of emotion, but there's really two emotional driving behaviors. And that's love or hate. Love or hate. Now that seems so extreme, but let me explain what I mean by this, right? So if you hate meeting customers, but you're doing it because you want to get a sale and you want to get the outcome. Well, you can do the right behaviors, but the energy and the emotion behind that behavior, if it's coming from a place of hate, I hate this job, I hate what I'm doing, I hate meeting and greeting customers, I hate doing presentations in front of people, it doesn't matter because the energy never lies. We talk a lot about this. And so you can't do a behavior and get the outcome you want with the wrong matching emotion. And so I see this all the time. People are like, well, I really hate my body, so I want to lose weight. I really hate the way I look in the mirror, so I want to lose weight. It'll never happen. You will never hate yourself. Hate will never be the driver of change. But if the emotion behind the behavior is love, and it comes from a place of love, and I love the fact that I get to work with customers, make an impact in their life. I love the fact of I get to make a difference in the world. I love my body. So therefore, I'm going to treat it well, and I'm going to do these behaviors. I'm going to go to the gym, eat healthy, and it's going to come from a place of love. You will always increase your probability of having success at a much higher rate than doing it from hate. And I think a lot of times what happens is we have the wrong emotion behind the behaviors. We have an emotion of desperation. We're doing things out of desperation, not out of love, and the energy is all wrong. But if people ask me all the time, they say, Chad, inevitably, every talk, somebody will come to me and say, how do I do what you do? How do I speak? How do I get in front of stage? What would you tell me? And, the number one rule I'd say is you have to love who you're speaking to more than you love speaking. And you have to love the customer that you're in front of more than you love the idea of the outcome or the sale. The behavior has to be pushed from a place of love, and it's the same in self growth. If you want to grow yourself, if you want to get better, if you want to improve any areas of your life, that emotion behind every behavior that you do has to come from a place of love if you want the success, if you want the outcome that you want. So if you want to change your life, if you want to get healthy, if you want to learn more, if you want to grow, love yourself enough to do the behaviors and let those behaviors come from a place of love. Now let's move it back to sales. So does that mean you're going to love everything you do? No, but I love the idea that I get to make an impact. I go into rooms with people every day that don't want to see me. I go into trainings with companies that hire me where 70% of the salespeople don't want to be there. And so if I'm working with somebody and I know this person doesn't want to be there, I still have to come from a place of love. I still have to come from a place of I get to make an impact in this person's life today, whether they want it or not. I get to make an impact in this person's life today. And that emotion drives the behavior. So every behavior I have has the right emotion behind it. A lot of times what we do is we do the behaviors, but we don't have the emotion behind it. We say, well, I'm doing all the behaviors. I'm doing everything right. It's just not working. Yeah, well, what's the driver behind it? What's the emotion behind that behavior? And it sounds as corny as it sounds, love is the driver. Either it's self-love, it's love for others, it's love for contribution, but it always comes from a place of love. And if you do that, the world will tilt in your favor. The world will tilt in your favor the minute you start operating from a place of love, not a place of hate, not a place of fear. You can't shame yourself into change. You can't hate yourself into change. The only way you can have change in your life and impact in others' lives is if it comes from a place of love. And as corny as that sounds, as Pollyanna as it may sound, it's something I firmly believe. And I'm a living testament. When I tried to change coming from a place of shame, I never changed. You can't shame yourself into change. But the minute I loved myself enough to change, the world tilted in my favor. And so if you get one thing out of this idea of divorce the outcome, fall in love with the behaviors, don't forget the emotion and the energy that drives the behavior is the catalyst for it all.